Collective back at with another live stream. So grateful, you guys. All right, I made it. You made it. We made it. I love that for us, right? So let's talk. General Collective kind of was a little bit of this, that, and the third, and that could mean there were up to at least 3 different aspects of your spiritual guidance team. Long story short, that we're tapped into today. Okay, so I don't want to say love and light shine. I don't want to say like it's all ancestors and stuff, because it's, you know, them too, right? But this got into a lot of the quantum aspect of elementals, right? Which actually also include elementals, so inclusive of the fae species and the like, right? But I'm to be really kind of sharing that with you for today's particular session, you guys. And I really called it a mixed bag because, I mean, there's too many like subparts, and I got a lot of like different messages. So different strokes for different folks. Don't be unmindful of that now, you guys. Okay, utilize that intuition. It is your bestie. You got this together. Okay. So trust it. And guess what? It just is what it is. If something doesn't resonate, don't force it. Okay, we're not here to do that. Not in this dispensation. All right. So there's that. And really be mindful of that too, because I am looking at whom all ever is connected to the collective, and this is a general collective message, okay? But it is pulling from energies and energies for the collective, okay? So again, take what resonates. There's going to be a little something, something, and more perhaps in this for you, okay? Level 8 Gate. So whom all ever from the collective today that I'm speaking to, you're going to resonate with this one if you've been having like some sort of form of internal power struggle. This could also be connecting outward of self too into other aspects of communication and relationships. Love and light, Danielle. Um, so this could be with self to self. All right, not to call anyone like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here or anything, but I mean, it literally could be a situation from light aspect to dark aspect of self, is what I mean by self to self here. Lovely, Cassandra. Um, but this also could be involving just the same or gosh, I hope not. I mean, just a side note from your girl, just saying, okay. It could be involving 2 or more people as well, okay. um I just want to say thank you guys for being so amazing. You came on and not only are loving and lighting your girl, but each other. And I love that. So every time I see evidence of that, I get like so overwhelmed in like the highest vibrational sense of the word overwhelmed. And I have to talk about it. So thank you for giving me something to talk about yet again, you guys. You guys are amazing. And I hope you feel that same way because you deserve to. All right. So thank you for those that will come in and hit that like button as well. And make yourselves comfy. You guys, we got a treat today. There's literally something somewhere in these piles for you. Okay. And you don't really have to do anything other than receive. Okay. So, your spiritual guidance team, not to like exclude whom all ever you kind of know in your mental space or heart space, whom all may be connected there, okay? Really wants to love on you guys. And it's so interesting because it's like, you know, normally we get these type of messages perhaps for our Sunday sessions, right? That being mindful of the day of self-care perhaps, or just to kick off yet another week of the lifestyle of same self-care, right? And for those that know, okay, and for those that have yet to be able to check it out, please do check out the last live stream from the previous Sunday. Okay, definitely was not a quote unquote self-care message, was it? Right? So there could be some synchronistic aspect to this, maybe not, but I'm not unmindful of it, okay? Because current energies are like, hey, listen, go with the flow. And you're like, wait, what was the flow again? And by the time you thought you understood the flow, perhaps it again changed, right? Not for you, not trying to keep up, of course, right? But in today's current energies, there is high propensity and likelihood, dare I say necessity, for change. And so therein lies that flow. It may not sound like it or feel like it or smell like it all the time, as far as, flow. You think easy going, there's just no bones about it kind of thing. And you know what? You know how they say in those success memes, which is success is a heavy theme for today's message as well. But something to the effect of like the direction of success is not, or the line or sight line of success is not really from like a direct line, right? From point A to point B, right? It's often zigzagged up and down and around, and that's kind of the flow that it's giving currently, right? Isn't it fun? Well, it is what you make of it, collective, okay? But getting back to this power struggle, we've got the energy of 41 reducing down to 5, okay? Look up those angel numbers, would ya? They really help round out the messages, you guys. I'm so not kidding, okay? 41 reducing down to just one of those 5s is life-changing, all right? So, stands to reason, perhaps, change is inevitable, even in current energies. Go figure at this point, right? Surprise, surprise. And I'm saying that tongue in cheek, collective, and I know you know, but just to be clear, I love clarity. I don't know about you guys. So this is an opportunity for you to kind of like, in the most highest vibrational sense, of course, but in the most grandiose gestures, multiple, approve of yourselves. It's high time you do. Okay, what's the point of even walking around with the approval of the divine if you don't have the approval of yourselves? Really? Think about it. If you don't even have approval of yourselves, how would you even believe you're worthy of being approved by the divine? Make sense? All right. So you're awakening. Hello, hey, hi. Yeah, ascension, still alive. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so do the damn thing as you please and as you should. All right, don't give up now, though. That's, you already know that part. But you're no longer letting people dictate and or run your life for you. Well, kudos, congratulations. All right, that is the agenda. All right, so I stand for that for you as well, to be clear. Okay, but you guys, right now, like starting right now, you got to own the fact that you, each and every one of you, separately and apart, and of course together, right? Of course, there can be easily strength in numbers. I get it. But I need you to know that you know that you know that you know that no matter who is and or is not around, okay, you, yes, you are a natural born leader of sorts, whether in your family, whether in your communities, right? And or whether in your utopia, right? Many of us have been well underway creating such. And for those that aren't aware, all right, utopia, spelled Utopia. You might want to look it up. Study to show yourselves approved, okay? But really, we're talking about in the context of allowing ourselves to co-create, and we've got evidence about that as well, just for clarification, all right, that you are here with the keys to the streets to really kind of carve your own sacred space out in the world, as it were, right? With permission by the divine that backs you, whether you call it or they, right? He or she, God, goddess, or not, okay? So to be clear, you could be seeing number 11s in confirmation. There's something about confirmation coming through, that you are actually born to lead others, and this is part and parcel of your life's path, okay? Now, I'm not here saying like everybody's here, scheduled for a TED Talk within the next 3 years, but you could be, since it's coming through the channeling, we're talking about it, right? You guys, right now, you've got to keep your thoughts like making allow them to continue to make it make sense. If they don't make sense, you got to kind of just etch them out, okay? X them out. Lop off dead weight, even from the mental space, of course. Same deal with the heart space, you guys. Gone are the days where you walk around with dead weight or dead anything, all right? You are here to thrive, not survive. You've already survived. What would you What else would you need to prove that part at this point? Because you're still here. Makes sense, all right? That you are the fittest, okay? As everyone wants to tout, like, oh, survival of the fittest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how you came here. Before you even talked about or thought about or perhaps manifested any further struggles. To be clear. So there's that, right? This authentic self expression coming through. Uh, be true to who you really are, and your life will change in the most amazing ways. Many of us are well on our way at this, okay? For those that don't know, all right, you got space to catch up. And for anyone wondering, we're all somewhere on the path, and as we should be. If you're here to continue to learn and grow your soul, right? And so that includes teachers, and that includes heads of organizations, businesses even, all right? That includes pastors, prophetesses, okay? High priests, high priestesses. Make sense? All right. So no one's exempt from that, so please take the pressure off if you're like, you know what, I just keep finding myself literally needing to learn. It's like, yeah, that's how you're thriving. You're not even just surviving. Okay, so you're doing better than most. Okay, so stay the course. So you are a shooting star and about to step in your fullest potential. Okay, here's the sitch though. You'd have to know that you're capable of doing just that. You'd have to know that you carry worth, and you are connected to divinity, perhaps, right? Right? Just to really kind of solidify what's really going on here right now. And this is your life, as they say. Okay. So you got spiritual giftings. Makes sense. You found the channel, part of the high vibe tribe here. And much love and light to you, of course, collective. But you are in the process, again, continuing on with that coursework, the learning processes here of developing and fine tuning your spiritual gifts. Much love and light, eat me. And some of you are looking at career transitions, or you're wondering, should I? Oh, yes. You are capable. And if this is what you are desirous of, perhaps the divine assisted you with getting a little desirous of that anyhow. So, again, permission by divine forces backing you to do this. So, what will you? Choice is yours. But really, we've got the karma card out here with the number 65 reducing to 11. All right, new beginning-ish. And as we should be talking about new beginnings, because you are at the very beginning of the new beginning. Okay, and I know we talk about new beginnings all the time here. But from one new beginning to the next, they're not the same, are they? And there's levels to this. So again, I say you're really embarking on the beginning of another new beginning here, really. Okay, as most aptly stated. Some of you are embarking on entrepreneurialism journeys, right? Kudos to you, and as you should. You are here not to simply and solely be a consumer. You are here, most assuredly, to be part and parcel of some form of producer, whether that's you in the kitchen, whether that's you in the boardroom, whether that's you on the machine of such and such sorts, right? Place what you know you love to do. Ooh, keywords in there to make it make sense of that, okay? And mind you, I didn't say place what you know you do right now. Place what you know you currently identify as, perhaps, right? No. What do you love to do? Because best believe if you're a producer of divine right, you're going to love what you're being asked to produce, or you're going to love the process of it and or the people that you produce it for, etc. Okay. So gone are the days where you kind of restrict yourselves into what you see, hear, and feel, right? Because again, you are here co-creating with source energy. That's major stuff. And what are we co-creating? Well, we got our utopia thing going on. I know, but it's part and parcel of really being the builders, the co-creators of new earth. Very big stuff. All right. So be on the lookout for exciting business opportunities to unfold. All right. Whether you're looking for them or not. All right. The prerequisite was not the search. Okay. The prerequisite, if anything, is for you to continue to intention to be in alignment as you have been. I'm literally hearing to say as you have been. Okay. So increase is coming. Whether this is, quote, something near and dear to your heart, end quote, or money, or same difference perhaps. But I digress. All right, increase. So what you've been manifesting, what you've been intentioning out to receive, to become, to experience, what you have placed your prayers and petitions regarding. All right, it's coming. It's coming. You're about to discover your life purpose, some of you. And this is why this authentic self expression really is necessary, right? As part and parcel of this wake up call you are experiencing. Some may call it Dark Night of the Soul. And there's that card. I knew it came out. Wasn't sure where though. You're in the midst of a spiritual awakening. And see, there's that beginning of the beginning again. You're going again. Yeah, again. Dark Night of the Soul, you guys. Definitely not one night. Definitely not one time. I'm definitely grateful that that's the case, because I definitely don't think we'd survive it otherwise, to be clear. Not to be rude, but I think if the divine set it up, any other kind of way, perhaps it may have been really a setup for failure in those cases. As often as, things like free will can really feel bittersweet at times, right? Love like Kiki Law. But your learning collective, your capacity to love others is directly related to your ability to love yourself. And that's why we talk about on this channel all the time. Self-love is a lifestyle. It is not something to do on a Sunday or Saturday, depending on whatever religious sects you may be connecting to, worshiping with, okay? You got to go deeper, okay? Love like Daisy. You got to have your own connection and believability about you, about anything you do in this life, inclusive of this stuff, you guys. But here's the kicker, right? This stuff, okay, this life, this realm, far more spiritual than you may realize. And that's why we talk about these things, okay? Because at your root, if you don't have you, if you don't have your faith that filled, right? If you don't have hope, okay, if you don't have the wherewithal essentially to fight these very real and very spiritual warfare tactics, okay, you probably wouldn't have been able to come here in the first place, because divine ain't stupid. They would have known, like, oh, that would just be sending someone off to slaughter. And often yet we're experiencing experiences from one incarnation to the next whilst in this realm, right? That really feel and sound like just that we have been led to slaughter of sorts, right? And then, not to mention other people's agendas, right? Could be quite literally the case, you know? But I digress, you guys. You literally, going back to all of this, have to have your personal connection to divinity, the divine that backs you, okay? Because that's how you keep your wherewithal, your wits about you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? So that you're not spiraling and spitting out, essentially cursing the actual divinity that's been backing you the whole time. But perhaps you didn't see it that way, because at your root, you weren't giving you all of you. You weren't giving you your best foot forward. You weren't giving the divine the benefit of the doubt, even, let alone yourselves, to like allow the energies, the manifestations, the blessings to come in, and or the cycles to end and start anew with a fullness of wishes fulfillment, right? Desires granted. Okay, so now that you know better, ooh, chills on this, right? You can get on to the getting on now and live that good life, okay? But it starts with you doing your part. The divine already got you before you even asked, okay? And here, I told you guys, I promised, this is a situation where, yet again, somebody's made cards about it. All right, how you are connected to life force energy, okay? Creation, creative type energies, definitely connecting back to that, as well as I do believe we had something about the sacral chakra come out. So this could be something that you maybe want to take a look at. Is it blocked? Okay. And or just simply how to maintain it, right? Not a doom and gloom message, but my goodness, if you were utilizing a vacuum cleaner, right, and you found that there was a blockage in it, would you just continue on sweeping and then curse the darn thing because it wasn't sucking up correctly? No, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? Well, same deal with the chakral system. Okay. And so this conflict energy is really connecting into perhaps that chakral system, again, namely the sacral chakra. However, this is it's like, gosh, a little bit of like an onion, right? There's layers to this, yes, but there's sort of like an intricacy to the layer, okay? Because there's some aspects of healing here. Now, the channeling did not bring me through any more specific of a path, okay? Because really the guidance here, or the request, is for you to, again, do your part, right? So you would have to, at this point, engage with, yourselves to understand exactly some of your triggers, maybe some of the emotions you've been kind of you know, experiencing, or, you've been vibing around with, whether aware of it or not. And that's why it's so important, you guys, to make time for yourselves, right? Like we talk about, oh, make time for your spiritual guidance team. You need to connect with you just the same, because kind of same deal. All right. However, if you don't have yourselves grounded to the point where you don't even know what your request should be, right? Like, let's say you're feeling overwhelmed. Okay, let me do it this way. Two people are feeling overwhelmed, right? Person number one is like, I am about to lose my shit right now. And it's like, why? Well, because I'm not feeling supported, right? Number two, person number two, feeling overwhelmed just the same, right? And it's because they're tired of fixing everyone's problems. At the root, it's not necessarily the same principled tether, all right, connecting to the similar emotion, right? And this is why you guys have to do your own freaking work sometimes, right? You're not here set up by the divine for failure, of course. So again, to be clear, you're not here to do everything always and in always alone and by yourselves. I don't know that we would be able to do that in this realm anyways. So again, not set up for failure here, but still definitely set up and expected to do the work. All right. So it is what you make of it, right? You want to do the work begrudgingly. Okay. You want to do the work scared. I mean, you could. Choice is yours. All I'm saying is, when you study to show yourself approved, when you check in and check in again, when you ask some of those harder questions, or maybe some of those odd questions, or maybe a question at all to yourself, right? And give yourselves right opportunity to answer, and be confident in that answer, be confident in your knowing, even if you can't explain how you know, right? Unless and until you kind of get into those gray areas, you're really not able to be in alignment with a straight shot type of situation, really. Okay. And again, success doesn't require that to be a prerequisite for it to be a straight shot, right? To be clear. However, when you're talking about your even theoried, how do I say this? When you're talking about your mental processes connecting to the believability of the non-severability between you and divinity, you really need to know your ish there. Like, you really need to like be able to back you on that. Even if you can't explain 1010% your knowing beyond saying that it connects to your intuitive nature, your intuition. And again, you should always be connected to your intuition. Remember, we started out even opening the session saying, please, it's your best friend. You've got to listen and engage. Okay. So this healing light is coming to you, mind you, even through the frequency of the sound of my voice as I'm channeling out the message. Isn't that neat, right? It's also chills on that coming through your environment when you are in aspects of gratitude, right? You are in a, you are creating an environmental in an environmental alignment. Okay, so in those moments, you may see perhaps some clouds open up in the sky. You may see a murder of crows in the sky. You may see some sort of significant or iconic things in your environment, wherever you may find yourselves. Okay, and I'm saying environment to be clear, because I'm not making it like, oh, it's your bedroom, it's your home, it's your kitchen, right? Could be, right? Same deal with it. Could be your workplace. It could be your, institution of higher learning. Okay, it could be your jail cell, like depending on where all you find yourselves collected, right? And please know you are far greater than any environment you may find yourselves in. To be clear, you're connecting back unto that life force energy of source. Okay, and you know what? Let's just get right to it, because we're going to break through this deception. Okay, the deception is whether you are conflicting with two or more energies in your current energies right here, collective member, and or simply from self to self, light to dark, feminine to masculine, light feminine to dark feminine even. Okay, same deal with the masculine side. All right, take what resonates. Here's a sitch. The whole time you're in alignment for this. Ooh, does this look like it's the same type of vibe? Not at all. Therein lies the deception. Do not fall for it. You are deserving of this new beginning. New beginnings, plural, multiple. Okay, stay optimistic about this. Okay, for those that are wanting true love, okay, you're gonna get that, but you're gonna get it faster if you truthfully and wholly love yourselves in the meantime. All right. And in the meantime, really should just be whenever you find yourselves pondering about this, day or night. In that meantime, right? You should, whether you got fast forward the timeline, you got them, right? And you're no longer single. You still need to be part and parcel of that, what is it, lifestyle of self-love. Okay. And some of you I do see are attracting true love, right? Whether you're aware of it or not. Love and light sky. And here's the sitch. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're going, yeah, right. Like, you're going, I know I've been trying. I know I've been trying to stay positive. I know I have not been seeing them. I know I have not been hearing from them. I know. Right? And chill out a little bit though, if that's you, ma'am, sis, bro, bob, right? Because you gotta keep that environment, you gotta keep that flow, right, about you, so that you are really energetically making way for this. You know, it's so crazy. Nothing just happens, you guys. I literally looked down on my table and these cards are next to each other. I did not pair them. Okay. And again, the cards state self-love. You are learning that your capacity to love others is directly related to your ability to love yourself. You know what was just channeled, okay? That's the guidance. Love you. Love you so that you love them through and through, and they to you. All right? Otherwise, you might be talking about another unrequited lover situation, and who has time for that? It's New Earth. This is New Earth. All right. So as far as true love, this should be true love like you've never yet to even experience, but you'll know authentically it is an authentic expression of love from them to you. And you won't mind it one bit. There's not going to be something that you got to work for and you got to worry over with this type of love in this type of dispensation in New Earth energy. I'm so serious. So again, going back to if you've got to force it, that's not it, right? It's not in this type of time. So serious. Okay. So some of you are definitely concerned about work as well. We're going to get into that, but I'm mindful we've been at this for a few moments now, so I'm going to go on ahead, and for those that know what to do, the bell has rung. If for whatever reason you're saying, I don't know what the bell ringing means, I don't know what to do now, please find the description box below this video, check it out. All right, scroll down a bit, and I got you. The live stream rules are in there, and I'm not sure if we have any mods on currently. Let me see here. Love and Light Lisa M. So you guys, my bad. I don't know if Sean's still with us or not, but I know, guess what? We got a link now. Could you imagine? We got a link on how to find the description box. So if and when you need to know that, please grab one of the moderators. Kindly be respectful and nice, of course. Do I have to say that though? Love and light to you, Tarot. Like, I feel like, I don't know. But yeah, so let's do it. If you have any questions, all right, according to the live stream rules, unless you want to pay me, just say. So there's that. You know, we can talk. I don't mind, right? I love money and money loves me. No worries. But let me stop. But even more so, I love you guys. I love my collective. And I love the truth. How about that? So we're not here to manipulate messages, money or not, to be clear. Um, but I digress. If we don't have any questions, okay, I see Amy. Oh, through the new year. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So we do have a yes, right? However, Amy, the world card, it does speak to success and satisfaction, but it also speaks to a level of completion. And with the moon card being at the bottom of the deck, if your intuition is telling you maybe not past that time frame, that cycle may in fact actually close, is what I'm getting. Yeah. I mean, you'll still be like taken care of, but it may be a transition because now I'm looking at um Six of Swords and 10 of Wands. Okay. So eat me. You better manifest something than what you just said. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it for you. I don't want to say it for me. Right? Okay. Okay, let me see here. Because oh. Hold on. Where did they even go? I might have to get a new deck. What the hell? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yikes. This might be a hell no, but let me check. Hold on. Let's see. Yikes. Alright. Like that energy jumped in there. Is that... Well, let me see. Oh. Very explosive energy. I don't know about... Hold on, let me see. Oh. Spirit's like, you're right. But I would like confirmation to share, please and thank you. Hold on, Cassandra. I'm trying, girl. Hold on. A lot going on. I'm like, what is going on besides a lot? All right. Okay, so it's coming out. That's crazy, right? Like, okay, so Queen of Swords, it says honest, truthful, frank, right? It's not a name in this case. So long story short, it's giving no, and you know, it's giving, you know, not to, like, you know, you're supposed to, like, not, you're supposed to withdraw from that, I guess, energy. Because I don't think you should have that person come to your house at all. And I'm back to the world card. The reason why I say that is because the Four of Coins, I mean the Four of Pentacles, right? It's talking about like property issues and like possessiveness and control and like deep-rooted problems. So I don't know that that person should be in your, you might meet him at the mall or something. You know what I mean? You will be trying to go through 2 job. Okay, good job, Eat Me. I will definitely send love light on that. Okay, so that's what I have, Cassandra. And let's see, Danielle, I see you. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, I see, Cassandra, that it's soulmate energy, but that came out with the Tower. It was a 6 of Cups, came out with the Tower, and the Tower hit the floor. That's not okay. So I don't know if it's like, you know, you just don't want to go through another ringer, right? Like it's like so-and-so nice enough and everything, then you realize you might have had at least one of those 2 rose-colored lenses you were looking through out of the glasses you said you put away, and then you realize different person, same spirit kind of thing, same cycle. You know. And again, it's coming out like, you know, this, like you know, And Empress on the bottom is like, know your worth, babe. It's okay to know your worth and add that tax to the point where nobody has access to you until the best of the best come through. Talking about, I've been waiting for you to show up so that we could share this frequency. Right? Love and light, Freaky J. Much love and light, babe. You know? And it's funny because on the other side, Cassandra, this Queen of Cups and the Empress energy, it's talking about choices. You know, I mean, it's talking about enjoy your singlehood now, right? And get grateful for that now, because you might have too many to pick from in the next coming months, right? I mean, you're around even the holidays. Could be even somebody at work, right? Just saying. All right. So, okay, let me see here. All right, let me see here, Danielle. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, as you've manifested, yes, and or they too are manifesting you with the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, Danielle. Adam may actually be making mental preparation or more, all right, to actually make something official with you. It could be like, hey, here's my key. It could be like, let's call it official. It could be, let's move in together. It could be more like, here's a ring, right? But definitely manifesting a passionate new beginning, as I'm going to go on a limb and say you two are, right? Because when that magician came out, I was thinking, there's Danielle, right? But it's given 50-50 on that one. And in case you wondered, finds you stunning. Adam does, okay? As he should. All right, but that's what I have for you, Danielle. Much love and light to you and Adam. Okay, so if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to get right back into this, okay? Because I don't want to lose the channeling. All right. I need everyone to know, long story short, I did not know who was going to be on here, so please, nobody feel called out, to be clear. Like, sometimes I'm like, the less I know and a person don't know, I think sometimes the more blissful for me, so I don't know to be like, oh, it could seem like this, that, and the third, but I promise you guys, I'm never here to manipulate the messages, all right, or the cards, to be clear, okay? So, because I just realized what I got to get into regarding some of these next steps here for the session. But before I do, you guys, I really do want to share something pretty neat with you guys. After I tell you to please don't give up. Allow the light that you have shine. Yes, you do have it. Yes, you do have permission to shine it. And please don't give up. Nothing. No thing. All right. No thing. Nothing is impossible. All right. Now, you guys are being asked, and many of you have been seeing them, to check for the symbols, the synchronicities, okay? The divine realms, multiple, plural, are always speaking, okay? Are always protecting us and guiding us. And whether or not you have a heart and or a mind in the matter to believe that enough to look out for the synchronicities, does have a level and measure to do with how spiritually backed you feel your connection through them. Okay, so for instance, two people in a car, it's like, do you see that 1111 license plate? And it's like, huh? The other person's like, oh, what? It got to the point, collective, where I was like, wait, do you actually see that? They're like, I need to know, like, because I'm like, bruh, like, is the matrix just changing its pixels for me? Or my eyes doing it, kind of thing? But really, long story short, most people, they're not paying attention. They don't even care to, right? So of course, I'm speaking to the collective who are not those folks, okay? So if you know you're not those folks, I need you to maybe, focus a little bit more, because generally stuff like this comes through when you're missing something. I don't want to word curse you, but I want you to get it, honey, okay? And you know what? I'm going to out myself, and sharing's caring, and I'm supposed to do this anyway, so no worries. But I'm going to explain to you how I found a symbol, how I found a synchronicity, how I found a message, okay? So for me personally, you guys, nothing just happens, right? Everything's a freaking synchronicity, right? Like, it's like hair falls out of my head. I'm like, oh, that means what, no, I'm just joking. But So I was definitely trying to get some new energies going for the channel, and maybe many of you already noticed, but we do have some additives to our background here, and I will be sharing more later with more specificity as to some of their functions, like our door you might see over here, that we'll be utilizing to get a lot of fun messages out of, I'm sure, etc., etc. Well, let's not focus there just yet, okay? Feels a little premature. So, anyways, I was in the card section, right? And this card stuck out at me, and I was like, what? What does it say? That's cute. What's it say? And then as I'm reading it, it's basically like I get this download that, like, this is something that we're going to utilize for the channel as a friendly reminder of our connection to the divine realms, okay, and of the fact that, you know, we do matter, we are seen, we are supported, okay. So this is a card. I'm not delusional, to be clear. Like, I get it, it's a card that you're supposed to give somebody, like, in your world. Here I am giving it to you, okay. Sharing's caring, and I definitely love my collective, all right. However, I'm also just the same simultaneously being obedient to spirit, okay? And so we are talking about this card. Just go with it. But I promise the message stands, okay? So of course the front of it says, you do so much. You do it so well. You do us so proud. And a bunch of like emojis, which you guys, if you've yet to do so, please and thank you, hit that like, all right? For those wanting to tip, donate, subscribe, go on ahead. Okay, you can. All right. You do know you're so awesome, right? So this is for each and every one of the collective members here. All right. This is a timeless message. This is a timeless thank you card. All right. This is a tool of confirmation, not validation. You don't need the validation anyways, do you? No, you don't. You don't. Who tried to say in the back? Hold on. You know, validation, look it up, all right? You don't need that. Confirmation is cool. All right, here you go. Here's some. All right, so we're going to be implementing this for the channel. I'm not exactly sure all the ways that we may or may not at this point. Maybe you might just see hung up in the background eventually, still meditating on that. But I thought that was a pretty freaking cool message. And if I could, I truly would put each and every collective member's name on here, but I'm mindful that we're growing, and so eventually, pretty soon, like 2 days from now, not going to be able to be a thing. All right, it's just not enough space in the world on here, and these, right, and we are too big to be contained anyhow, so what would be the point, right? Okay, so you do so much, collective. You do it so well. Your spiritual guidance team, inclusive of source, wants you to know, and you do them all so proud. All right, irregardless of whatever mal decisions you made a few seconds ago, a few days ago, years ago, right? So what of it? Because this message stands. All right, this is the epitome of when we talk about how it would be really sad, you guys, and it has been sad for us. If I do say so myself, I'll talk about me, right? If and when you're just so unaware of your spiritual backing, if when you're just unaware of your spiritual support, right, in the matter of your even being superior to some of the aspects that you're facing, when you really could use that confirmation in life, in certain aspects, right? Not validation, to be clear, but please allow for this to suffice, okay? And when you see this, and you know, depending on how it's incorporated with the channel, please take note. All right, that is the sentiment behind this card, and it is very much for each and every one of you, okay? And kudos and great job. Now, wouldn't it be sad if you missed that? Wouldn't it be sad if I missed it to bring it to you? So pay attention to the symbols, you guys. All right, I say all that to say. Now, with this thought power, okay, this is literally speaking of the conscious conflict, perhaps from self to self, whether from your dark to light, whether from your masculine dark to light, or feminine dark to light, or from your masculine to your feminine. And you guys, we all have those energies within us, okay, whether we subscribe to be male, female, or otherwise. All right, and irregardless of the meat suit, I'm so serious, you guys, I'm not talking genitalia, I'm talking energy. Big difference there, okay? And you've got like this green light. All right. So this could be, you know, thoughts specifically connecting to heart space themed ish. Okay. It doesn't have to be the case, because I'm also getting you are being green lighted into this new aspect of self where your thoughts literally are the powerful ones first, right? Gone are the days, okay, where you are operating in this victim consciousness. Okay. You are not a victim, you are a victor, regardless of whether or not that's your name or not. Okay. If it's not your name, all right, Victor specifically, it's in your name, regardless of how it's spelled. I'm so serious. Okay. Why? Because it's part and parcel of your birthright. Okay. Your spirit guides want you to know this, yes, but your spirit guides are definitely sending you symbols, synchronicities, okay? Even aspects of encouragement, and they don't want you to miss it. So they need you to be a lot more intentional about the believability that they exist for you. That is not okay. Like, that makes me almost want to cry. Like, I don't like that part. What are you talking about? Hold on. Who feels unworthy? Like, why should you? Who told you to feel that way? Was it you? Or did you just rock with somebody else's opinion or somebody else's projection? You'd have to check, you guys. Like, seriously, you should check. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to find out that on the back end it's you, and then on top of it, you didn't find out to change it. Okay? Because you can change it. You can reject thoughts. Okay? You can say yes or no to thoughts. They're not your identification, they're not even always sourced from you. All right. There's something about light coming in. Maybe somebody needs to get into the light more, whether this is sun and or moonlight. Okay. There's also something about theta waves, which I don't even know what that means currently. So hold on 1 second, because I don't know what that means currently. Theta waves? Is that brain waves? Okay, so you may want to ensure that you're actually allowing yourselves collective to sleep to the point where you get to the REM stage. If you're having an issue getting to the REM stage, I'm not a doctor. You might want to try melatonin. It's pretty holistic, pretty natural, depending on the manufacturer, but I digress. And there's some aspects to theta wave frequency that you either haven't been and or need to tap into. Okay, REM sleep, REM, is what I'm talking about, and theta, THETA wave, WAVE. This could be also a call to allow yourselves to sleep utilizing some of the megahertz frequencies that will assist you in catching a more deepened REM stage, perhaps. And this could assist you with healing aspects of the body, some symptoms that you could have been fighting off or suffering through otherwise. Okay, take what resonates, you guys. General collective, but that's coming through for someone. All right, as well as ethical awareness. All right, now there's these divine nudges about health and wealth, perhaps, as well as moral health. Okay, what's the point? Listen, what's the point in having physical health if you don't have moral health? How would you keep physical health for very long? Think about that. Think about that. Plus karma, right? But even when you take karma out of the situation, just saying. Okay, so be mindful to make your life make sense in all aspects of it, whether behind closed doors or not. Just saying, okay? So there's that. But you've been getting these divine nudges from your angelic realm assistants as well as your spiritual guides. All right. See how there's like these different layers to the different sources of divine assistance that you definitely are afforded. See how special you are, how loved you are, how worthy. Again, they made cards about it for you to like literally get the confirmation. Okay, you're very special, collective. It's okay to understand that. Gosh, it's high time you do, right? It's high time you own that. Maybe that is some sort of ethical awareness about self to self that you need to actually magnify, right? It's like, oh no, I am the baddie. Oh, I am the option. You know what? Where would be the competition besides myself from yesteryear? I don't understand. What are we talking about? divine source connectivity, keys to the streets. All right. There is no severability between it and they, you and God, goddess. Okay. You and source energy. And Spirit saying, he made cards about it. Here's your evidence. Here's your tangible evidence. Okay. That you are connected to divine source. There is no severability. You can breathe easy in that. Okay. And speaking of breathing, they're making they're highlighting the breath here, okay? And I'm talking breathe easy. I'm sorry, I kind of want to laugh because my guides like really they got jokes. They got jokes. It is just a phrase. Nobody's joking here. I'm just enjoying the energy and it's good stuff. I mean, haven't you been listening? But anyways, so the breath, okay, of divine source. Oop. You carry. Sorry. Still got the breath though. Message stands. Just saying. All right. So long story short, if you wanted tangible evidence of sources existence in your world, you can look to your meat suit even and find the breath there. The breath of God. The breath of authority. The breath of the divine. Okay? Just so serious. So, you know, you can take that message with a grain of salt if you want, but for those that it resonates for, seriously, you need to like soak in that, bask in that, so that you don't really have to say too much. You get around some demonic presences, they know. Yeah, we'll scatter now. Oh, scatter, I can't even say it. We'll scatter now. Yikes. Anyways. When the grit becomes a pearl, this is you. So most often touted as a phoenix rising from the ashes. We could talk about a pearl coming out of a clam, I suppose. Maybe some of you resonate with that more so than a phoenix. Maybe some of you really appreciate the deep waters of the ocean before the deep depths of the sky. Maybe you are water placements. Doesn't have to be the case. And maybe there could be some significance to pearls for you. Maybe that's a preferred decorative piece, or you know, your birthstone even comes to mind, right? But really, pearls, we do know also simultaneously speak to wisdom. Okay, now here's a sitch. I don't really need to get too specific about what almost broke you. All you need to really kind of highlight is the fact that it didn't, and on top of it, it gave you empowerment, like experience and perhaps education, right? Experience. And so that is part and parcel of your open lessons, baby. That's how you pearl it out, huh? Right? Literally, that's how the clams do it, you know, or oysters or whatever is making pearls. I'm saying clams, whatever, right? A little bit of sand in a natural occurrence of a pearl's creation, right? A natural pearl. The situation is that sand or some sort of irritant gets inside of the shell, and it causes its soft tissue to really kind of feel like it needs to heal and create some form of buffer between the irritant and the rest of the um, existence of the, I don't want to say like organ system, right? It's it's kind of like a blobby thing, like a body without an exoskeleton. So I don't know, whatever the heck you want to call that. But by mucus, you know, coating over and over again, right? Maybe over some time, okay? This pearl is created out of something so horrific, possibly really painful. An irritant sounds like not so nice, right? Irritant. I mean, I personally don't like to be irritated in any way, shape, or form, right? So there's that. But yet, pearls are so beautiful. And how could you be, right? Perhaps, just saying, if you didn't have all aspects of your experiences, okay? So therein is you taking your power back, honoring the pearl that you are now, right? Not just the hard outer shell that you have, or had to have, um, depending on what all you're going through currently or what all you climbed out of, no pun intended, right? We've all been there, okay? No judgment, only love and light, right? But, you know, you don't really get to bring the pearl home without going through and allowing yourself to be in proper positioning whether mentally, physically, and or spiritually or otherwise, right? Until conditions are right, until you're in alignment with the frequency, you don't really get the fruit of the matter, the harvest, the manifestation, the pearl, right? The wisdom. And before I forget, you guys, Boys to Men, End of the Road, as well as, hold on, now I'm hearing To Be Loved, don't wanna feel it, to be loved. And I don't know who that is, because I don't think that's Sammy Davis Jr. Forgive me on that one. And one more song came through, and I gotta remember it. Oh, it's I'm gonna catch it. Hold on. I want you to show me. Hold on, I'm not catching the beginning part, and it's okay. Hold on a second. Oh, I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. So whoever that's by, whatever that song is, right, came through. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it was connecting to the love sitch we're gonna get into, right? And you know, maybe we'll get some messages there from that person or those peoples, whomever they might be, right? But first I'm being guided to go into the activation you guys have been receiving. Okay, here's a sitch. There is a galactic storm underway. Did you notice? Energy, right? Again, you do so much. You do it so well, right? You do us so proud. Many of you are part and parcel of being soldiers on the battlefield, as it were, in multiple locations, you might say, regarding that storm battle. All right? They don't call us star seeds for nothing, folks. Just saying. You're no small potatoes, okay? If you didn't believe it now, you can go on ahead and do so, right? So we've got Cosmic Flower, Soul Time, Realization. 3 cards come out of the, I think it's called the Soul Activation deck. Some sort of activation deck. All right. I don't have the box here, so I really can't get to it. So, but I can tell you that 18 reduces to a very fine 9, right? There's that new beginning energy. It's giving in the right now. You're right. It's giving frequency is recognized as a match, okay? And speaking of frequency, we're talking about the frequency of Cosmic Flower. Activates the remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which you pour out your magnificence into the world. And I already told you, you're here. Again, big stuff, right? Co-creating New Earth. It's a conscious thing, not hopping from one planet or rock to the next, to be clear, okay? And so we're looking at soul time frequency as well, asking us the possibility of a new reality. What all should be part and parcel of that? Again, co-create. You believe me now? You're freaking co-creating New Earth right now. Like, even listening to this message, to be clear. Okay, just so serious. Big stuff. And realization, okay, please allow it to enter in, okay, but it also is a frequency we got to talk about. It supports the internal process of becoming aware of your heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming your highest expression in this world. Higher selves for the win. In where? New Earth. Okay, just saying. And somehow, for some of you, many of you, this connects to the realization of your life purpose. Okay. Yes, by foreigner. Thank you, Sky. I was like, man, I don't know. They got me working today. I don't know. But speaking of work, we're talking about work too, you guys, with the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you are conflicted regarding, lover situation. Okay. But firstly, let's get to those that resonate with work. Okay. So 8 of Pentacles coming out with the Empress, the Tower card, the 6 of Wands, the Hangman, leading to the Ace of Cups. And I'm going to get there, no worries. I didn't just rattle off a list, to be clear, right? I also want to get to this. All tied up seems to be connecting to current energies, all right? However, this is part and parcel of the deception. If I can find that. Let me just see here really quick, because I would like to find it. Wait, did I skip over that? Wait, hold on. No, we didn't get there. Okay. I was like, ooh. Where are we? Hello. Okay. And again, this is one I wanted to find earlier. Now that I found it, I'm going to show it again because I can. Because I care for you guys and I really want you guys to get this. You are deserving. Whether guy, girl, what have you. Whether you're standing in a field of whatever she got going on or not. Okay. You are deserving of these new beginnings. Multiple, plural. Don't restrict yourselves to one, you guys, right? You can't restrict yourselves down to one dark night of the soul. How are you going to restrict your blessings? How are you going to restrict the amount of times you get miracles? That'd be silly, right? So current energies are getting all tied up, right? But it's part and parcel of this deception. Whether people are assisting that deception to be touted as truth around you or not, okay? So remember, the truth of the matter is that irregardless of what it sounds like, looks like, feels like currently, all right, this is your birthright. This is the end result. This is you on your worst day as well as your best. Okay? And so there's nothing bad about who you are. There's nothing wrong about who you are. There's nothing to apologize about who you are. You just are triggering a lot of mofos because they know your successes, excuse me, multiple. Let's not restrict there either, right? Are inevitable. Just like change. You know how change is inevitable, you guys? You know how some people fear the fact that change is inevitable? Please don't be the one fearing the success because it's just as inevitable. So you'd have to check. Is that scary to me? Hold on. What did I ask for? What were we doing here? What are we building? Is that scary? Okay. And the reason why you're being asked to check that is not so that you make sure you're definitely scared. No. Okay. We're not rocking with fear. It's a robber. It would rob this just the same. You want that? Hell no. I don't want it for you either. That's why we were talking about it, okay? Let this sink in, you guys. Marinate, okay? Because this is not good, okay? This is not giving what you're deserving of. This is not any kind of imagery that should be connected to your capabilities, your levels of intuition, and your levels of action. Okay? You are supposed to be actioning forward. How? Gratitude. Appreciate. Appreciate that you are appreciated. For those that weren't aware at this juncture, just saying that you are in fact appreciated. You do so much. You do it so well. You do us so proud. Sounds like appreciation to me. Do you know? Right? You do know you're awesome, right? How could you not be awesome when divinity backs you? Make it make sense. All right. Those that are looking to find ways to make their business get off the ground, to keep up with the schedule between work life, okay, you do find the balance. as long as you continue to action out optimistically. But you being in indecision, sitting on the fence, I don't know, should I? I don't know if I should, because if I should, how would I? Don't let the prerequisite of knowing how be so regimented and attached to your outcome of success, because often success is measured on the other side of some really blind baby steps and maneuvers, okay, until you catch your footing, until you actually get confident in your believability about the signs, synchronicities, and symbols that you are seeing, about the confirmation that the divine is bringing you, and through a whole myriad of ways, right, that can be trusted as your specific confirmation. Okay, because unless and until you kind of get yourselves grounded in this, right, you're stagnating it. See what I mean? All right, so there could be some significance to the seventh chakra, all right, and or Archangel Uriel. It's interesting because Uriel, if I recall correctly, is often connected to the heart space, the lover's realm. Okay, don't quote me, but that's my believability currently, unless I'm mistaking her for someone else. So, could be an angel of significance for you or not. Doesn't have to be the case. But you guys, just the same, angels work for us all the time. We're not sitting there going angel number 1 1. We're not sitting there going Archangel Uriah every time that I was trying to say Uriel. Uriel. Why do I want to say Uriah? Anyways, I digress, right? And thank goodness for that, because could you imagine if we had to know like everyone's extension, like we're dialing up on the phone to heaven, and it's like, oh my goodness, I thought it was extension 339, not 333. Like, there would just be a lot. You think that you've been waiting a while on many things now. Could you imagine? Again, we're not here set up for failure. If we were set up for failure, it might seem like you had to know every freaking angel's name, and you'd have to know their extension for their desk phone and stuff, right? Be all crazy, right? So there's some aspect of gratitude for you to latch on. I'm trying, you guys. I'm giving it to you. I hope you're getting this, right? Stay awake, would you? All right, so for those that are wondering also just the same about love, since we're talking about it, and I've been hemming and hawing on it, okay? We've got the Page of Pentacles leading to the Three of Pentacles, leading to the Knight of Cups. And you know what? Forgive me. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, because I did gloss over. Back it up. Hold on. Just keeping you on your toes. You awake now? All right, so to continue on with the work message, all right? Eight of Pentacles leading to the Empress, leading to the Tower, and the Six of Wands. Some of you are just fearing success. It's like the Empress really can't fail too much. I mean, she can make another baby, but like, that's not really a failure, is it? You know what I mean? Right? So, Eight of Pentacles having to do with work, the Empress, you being you, spiritual baddie and whatnot, irregardless of guy, girl, what have you, I'm just saying. And the Tower that you fear leads to the Six of Wands. Success! Notoriety, fame for some of you, mayhaps, just saying, right? Could be scary. Aspects of that could be scary, I get it. But you're here to do what now? Your life purpose is what now? You're a leader? Oh, so it kind of checks out and feels like alignment. So do it scared if you gotta, right? Till you understand that you really don't have anything or anyone to fear. Not here. Okay? Good side of karma, understatement, all right? And this is why on the other side of you, realizing that, grounding down, studying, and maybe, getting a blowout or two, right? You're going to realize, okay, I'm ready for the new. I'm ready for the good now. I receive. That's all you have to do, is get into the receptive mode. Isn't that interesting? How would you build by receiving? Divinity doesn't make logical sense all the time. Good thing for that, because neither do miracles. Just saying, okay? But what I do know about the aces, you guys, irregardless of the tarot deck and or the suit in the tarot, they connect back to divine life force energy. They connect back to divine assistance as well as divine assistance, to be clear. All right? So take it with a grain of salt if you must, but man, I'd be laying claim to this, you guys. I don't know what y'all are doing out there, but I'm just saying. So now for the love, right? I'm also hearing Hellacy. I think it's Hellacy. And the lyrics are, I'm bad at love. I'm bad at love. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know all the words, but maybe some of you are fearing, this love connection that you can kind of feel, or is coming towards you, or has recently reared its beautiful head, right? We don't want to call it ugly. Is love ugly? Maybe it can be a little bit sometimes. Not usually for long, though, just saying. On the other side of you, grounding down and understanding you have nothing and no one to fear, including loneliness, right? If loneliness were actually going to unalive you, you wouldn't be here to receive this message, not to be rude, right? So I'm sorry, we could take fear off now, right? Right. Okay, let it come in. Well, here's an offer, Page of Pentacles. Maybe you've been waiting a while. Maybe you've been thinking that the offer is small. For some of you, maybe you're thinking that the person can't handle all you got to offer, right? And, well, I do see that they're going to put forth a gallant effort here with the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. There's that offer of love, okay? So maybe you do start out as partners. Maybe you do start out in the friend zone, right? But there's this action, this risk-taking full kind of energy leading to what? The Lovers, which, if nothing else, means communication. Are you fearing communication? Are you fearing that in order to have a lover, you'd have to communicate? Maybe you're not so great at communicating according to your own perception, according to what others have projected onto you, according to what you just settled to, as far as that particular version of yourselves. Ooh. Well, the Three of Wands come out, as well as the Three of Swords. What you're sandwiching this Knight of Wands. Gosh, are we in self-sabotage mode right now? Do you just want your heart to ache? Do you just want to be alone? Do you just want to be lonely? You're never really alone, but are you asking to be lonely because that's more comfortable than, the unknown? Are you able to make that assumption now safely? Probably not, because I'm looking at the Six of Swords. Also looking at the King of Wands. And there's that Nine of Swords. So someone's up in their head about coming back to kind of get what they came here to be and to receive and experience through this connection. Interesting. Healing's definitely needed, yeah. Four of Swords. But this is also something that is very much in existence for this connection, whoever I'm speaking to. All right, this could be a man, or it could be about a man, this thinking man here. I'm just getting, leading to the angel of love. Somebody has been guided to, prompted to, have what? Victory with you. Or vice versa, depending on how the energy may be flip-flopped here, collective member. I need you to know, cross-watcher, perhaps, right? Whoever it makes sense to say this to, this connection, okay, whether you fear it or not, others are going to be jealous. When it gets off the ground, when it gets to its highlighted position, when it gets to its fated aspect, okay, a lot of people are going to be envious of this. You're going to be an example of what most want in love, and not simply on just your side of the fence here, but when I say you, I mean your connection with this person and their connection with you. Isn't that beautiful? You're both intentioning and willingly connected at that point. I love that for you. Second chakra has come out with Archangel Ariel, okay? And 36 reducing down to a brilliant 9 energy, which again, we know that to mean new beginnings, okay? And so this particular Archangel, again, Ariel, may be part and parcel of assisting you with your strategy if you know that you are a thinking man that is being prompted to, kind of spin the block, as it were. And or, irregardless of being a thinking man or not, or a collective member, take this as it may resonate for you. If you know, for whatever reason or reasoning, that you've been prompted, with a divine nudge, okay, from the angelic realm and more, to kind of like go on ahead and experience the true love of this lifetime, okay? And, let go of other people's expectations. Okay, other people's expectations, when you hold on to them, um, other people's opinions, when you hold on to them, you are perhaps holding yourself up and or delaying the inevitable, which we know change to be, right? And change of any kind, I suppose, if you allow for it, could be and remain scary for you, but you're being guided to let go of what other mental processes really just are not beneficial towards you in this connection now, okay? And interestingly enough, it is time to decide, okay? Make a decision based on your heart's true desires, all right? Now, regardless of whether or not you subscribe to simply and solely the career business portion of the read, and or the lover situation portion of the reading, okay, this card is for you. Okay, it came out in such an interesting way. All right, there's some significance to these divine nudges. There's some significance to the synchronicities that have been afforded unto you, whether or not you receive them or not. And I really have to say that because I feel like, you know, there are a few here missing something, and I don't want you to miss that. Like, whatever the thing synchronicity is, it's for you and it is beneficial to you. Okay, so to be clear, um and somebody here, okay, has been guided to walk away, perhaps from someone, all right? And so some of you, you know, perhaps this is your divine masculine, you know, who has partnered up with a placeholder, mate, you know, whatever the tag words you want to plug in there, okay? And this person is being guided to let go, all right? Others of you, you know, take what resonates here. That's what I got through the channeling regarding that as far as a more specific context. But let's see what the guidebook does have to say about this particular card, let go. And again, it is time to decide to do this now, okay? So it says, walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. You've been struggling with a situation, unsure which direction to take. The struggle is causing an energy blockage that is slowing your desired outcome. This card counsels you to let go as a way of bringing about a peaceful resolution. First, you must let go emotionally. After all, you're overwhelmed by indecision and the stress of the situation. And we do know that indecision energy came out for those connecting with the business, career, financial side of things, right? Wouldn't it feel good to detach and be at peace? Yep. That you bet you're sure. Especially if you're reassured that by doing so, you'll bring about a more favorable outcome. Ask the angels for help in detaching by saying, guardian angels and archangels, thank you, there's that gratitude, for helping me enjoy a tranquil mind and body. I now choose to let go and detach from the situation. I know that God's infinite wisdom, source, universe, goddess, however you subscribe here, honey bun, is completely in charge of it and everyone involved. I trust everything is being worked out for my highest and best good, and so it is. Okay. So, you know, there could be some significance to a dog as well. Could be some significance to wintertime. Maybe there was a significant event. There could be some significance also to astrology that one or more of you could be connected heavily to in an intention way, right? Not just like an oh, you exist kind of way. All right. But that's the guidance coming through. And here's the sage. Somebody here, you want to talk about Frank. That already came out in the guidance earlier for someone out of the collective during this session. But I feel like here we go again. Okay. Not to out anyone. These cards were pulled way before I had awareness of any one of you coming on the live. And so just to be clear about that. All right. How teachable are you? All right. Could be some significance to this type of aesthetic. You know, it doesn't have to be the case, but you could be, you know, a feminine energy in a feminine meat suit as well. Doesn't have to be the case. Just mindful to say about it. And there's that beautiful number 9 energy. Which one is this though? Is this the new beginning or is this the self-sabotage indicator type of number 9, right? And you literally have to decide. It's time to choose. Okay. So this how teachable are you leads to this very progressive energy number 10. All right. you're really being pushed at this by the divine. There's a heavy, we'll just call it again, a divine nudge regarding this, regarding you lopping off dead weight, even mentally, also connecting to your heart space and physically, especially if you know you've yet to cut cords, cut ties with individuals, okay, or a certain individual. But 9 leading to 10, indicating pay attention to signs. And again, someone here is missing, it's kind of giving the obvious at this point, and that's not me intending to make you feel shame filled or ignorant. It just is the case, and so we've got to talk about it, right? Because I'm getting that there is this repeat process or repeat attempts at grabbing someone's attention and they're not seeing it. I don't know if this is something intentional or not, right? But either way, and irregardless, we got to talk about it, okay? Because you do need to get on the other side of this victim consciousness, perhaps, which we did already address through the channeling previously, right? But regarding love, regarding you rightfully and properly understanding your worth and adding the tax, regarding love. Okay, so this isn't really just, like a financial statement situation. There's some procrastination here and some evidence of self-sabotage. So there, somebody's been outed. The 9 is not giving new beginning because it's too busy giving freaking self-sabotage. Self-sabotage of what? The new beginning? We gotta fix it. Okay, just saying. We gotta heal. Healing, all right, is necessary, and that's okay. Because you know what? You're not alone, right? What's not okay is to know this and then just be like, oh, I'm throwing my hands up. I don't want what I came here for. I don't want the good life. I'm done trying. I'm just going to sit here and wait. For what? It wouldn't be anything good. It wouldn't even be fun to wait. All right? You're here to be the alchemist that you already are. You've got to remember. You've got to realize what that vibration of, the frequency of realization. Realization of what? You're the baddie. I don't care what they said. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, what have you. I don't care. You're the baddie. This is it. You're the option. You're top tier. All right. I mean, this is why you don't resonate with most folks at this point, at this juncture, right? Maybe you had a whole slew of armies of friends around you before you started this walk, before you entered even one of the many dark nights of the soul. I get it. But this is your truth. All right. You are capable of being the master manifester. You are capable of being the master alchemist, unless and until you believe otherwise so stubbornly that you self-sabotage the crap out of the whole entire situation. And guess what? Divine's not going to allow for that anyway. So those divine nudges, they're going to start hurting. Just saying. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Just saying. Okay? So it's not that the divine all of a sudden becomes unloving, right? But the divine is the ultimate strategist, okay? You see them send in who? Archangel Uriel? One of many. There are legions of angels alone, all right? Archangels are not. You think Uriel's the only one? Uriel's the only one out of all of creation, out of all existence of the ultimate creator? No, that doesn't check out, does it? Just saying, okay? So what I mean to say by that is, you might want to look up Joan of Arc's story. you just don't want it to get all smelly and stuff. Worse than what it already has been, perhaps, for some of you. Okay? So please take heed and do the work. You're on the cusp of greatness, okay? This is you, whether guy, girl, what have you. This is you, whether guy, girl, what have you. The master, okay? The ability and existence of your ultimate highest potential clarity, all right, is at stake here. You've got to believe that you are capable of receiving. You've got an intention to receive and honor this truth, okay? Yes, but also the clarity. Why? So that you want to know, aside from clarity, what this card means, regardless of the deck? The Sun card is the happiest card of any tarot deck. All right. So you see how you don't want to miss this because it's your happy success. All right. So no more self-sabotaging. No more self-sabotaging from self to self, and no more self-sabotaging from self to others. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Don't be casting your pearls before swine because you got impatient because you didn't believe that you had the worth that you carry, and then that you should have added the tax, and then didn't add the tax, and then next thing you know, you're trying to feed another mouth, perhaps, feeling unsupported all over again. Make it make sense. All right? Because the divine is not here setting you up for failure. They're setting you up for happy success. Now, what you're doing with your divine light, all right, what you're doing in spite of your clarity or lack thereof, perhaps, not projected on you. I'm just saying you have to find out. Do you know? Do you know what you need to know in order to implement the next steps? Okay. Do you know that you are speaking intentionally and purposefully, or are you just blah, 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 right? Oh, here comes Barbara and Betty. We can blah, 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 blah together. Now you're shooting the shit and getting nothing done, going nowhere. Talking about everybody else doing stuff that might be doing more than you if you're consistently making time to talk about them. Wouldn't that be sad? Don't be that one. All right. So get this, get the clarity so you get to the getting good. All right. Living good, being successful and not fearing the success, being content in your protection at your walk at this, being content and grateful for the journey, for the clarity that is ensuing now, even beyond your receiving this message. All right. Don't fall for the illusion, okay? There are many people seeing the shifts that you have undergone. Some are intrigued, others concerned, many jealous. They maybe can't tell you why. They maybe won't use the word jealous. But energy don't lie. People do, perhaps, right? So don't fall prey to receiving someone else's energy that means you know well. Okay? Be the observer at best, not the absorber. Okay? Because right now is a time for healing, rest, and rejuvenation, a time for contemplation on strategies, okay, on aspects of divine guidance and divine inspiration being afforded unto you as you rest, as you believe that you are worthy to rest, believe that the divine will assist you on the back end of that rest with playing catch up and whatever you're perceiving you are needing to catch up, whether it's bills, whether it's some other deadlines. Okay, for again, this Ace of Cups, it's the second freaking ace that you had come out about this. All right, irregardless of whether or not you're here for money or love. Okay. So can't get around it, and look at the murder of crows at the bottom, or at the top, excuse me. All right. Confirmation. And that is a symbol, and that is a synchronicity. I hope you didn't miss it. All right. So that's what I have for the Divine Collective. All right. It's time to decide to let go, lop off that dead weight, and realize that, you already won at this. You're just here to play your part. You're just here to do your part. You've already won. Okay, so no victim mindset. I will be mindful that I skipped over one card. We've got one card remaining. And it's essential meaning. Joy in all forms. Loving life. Oh my gosh. Being grateful. How synchronistic is this? Sharing joy and reverence for all life. And you know what's crazy? Looking at this card for me personally, it's got a beautiful number 11 on it. I didn't see that earlier though. It says, if the fox can't find his tail, right? And this just to me really was giving a fine illustration, if I do say so myself, about some aspect of disjointedness, scared perception, perhaps needing to ground, right? But let's see what the card is talking about, okay? It says, life can be a sticky place some days where safety and trust may not come easily. How do you trust a world that is changing so rapidly, where people seem more and more disconnected from each other, from nature, and from spirit? Okay, so this could be connecting back to, you know, your teachability in the matter. Again, the card, how teachable are you coming out? Really asking you to hold yourselves accountable for your beliefs and mindsets about yourselves, and really doing the work to find out and confirm for yourselves, no one else. All right. If those same thoughts and mindsets are actually, in fact, assisting you, and know your why in the matter so that your faith remains unfuckable as it should. Okay. If you find otherwise, all right, shift accordingly. Okay. So, you know, this is why change is inevitable, even referable to our truths. Okay. And here's why. Two people can carry two different types of truth, even about the same subject matter. Who cares what it is, right? And as long and unless and until they believe otherwise, as long as they believe, all right, with that mustard seed of faith and everything, whatever the heck it is, okay, then that's that person's truth. And some people are willing to die for their truth. Some people are willing to force others into their truth. And that's why it's so important, collective, regardless of the medium, the arena, the platform, or forum, to study yourselves, to show yourselves approved in the matter. So, again, your faith remains unfuckable. Okay. And so that you know your why. So, um, you work hard and hope for the best, collective. But let's be honest, you've been disheartened and disappointed, and maybe validly so, right? Uh, but the card's guidebook says yes, life is a struggle. It can be unfair, hard, corrupt, and hopeless, right? There's those moral factors coming in. But it's simultaneously hopeful, brilliant, trustworthy, good, and beautiful. Nothing will ever be perfect. And you guys know I say it all the time. I'm of a mind that perfection really doesn't, I don't know if it should in this particular realm actually exist. Okay. Um, so nothing will ever be perfect, but neither will it ever be permanent. Ooh, that's a good one, right? Can you bring your attention to the beauty of the cosmos, of nature and all her inhabitants, to see the beauty within each person you encounter? Can you remember that joy is a perception, a perspective, and an action? Breathe in and tune into the energy of gratitude. Now we know your breath connects back unto what? Source life force energy, okay? And we know that the more you are in the energy of gratitude, the more you are magnifying the great aspects of all things in existence for you, okay? When you are vibing high, okay? It's going back to that birthright energy, right? No small potatoes, collective. I can't say enough, okay? Choose to be a kind and compassionate citizen of the world, regardless of the challenges surrounding you. Give freely of your heart, then you will know how to paint joy across the sky. Again, you're creating new earth, yes, but you're also here actively working on what? Your utopia, your own sacred space, all right, that is part and parcel of the realm, the world, the matrix, okay, depending on who I'm reading for. Joy doesn't need the outer world to behave. In fact, the greatest expression of joy can arise from your deepest sorrows. Remember that joy is an energy, and a contagious one at that. When you cultivate it, kind of like a pearl, right, and spread it freely, the outer world will reflect it back to you in a form that is so beautiful and meaningful. It's giving alchemy, folks. You are here to be the alchemist that you already are. You, Victor, and not a victim. You, whether your name is Victor or not. Choose joy today, collective, and soon you'll note how much richer and fulfilled you are. In fact, more reasons to be joyful will spring up in your outer world the more you pay attention to joy. All right. And you know what, you guys? Um, you may be seeing synchronicities of some of the very things you're looking to experience. Like, for instance, uh recently I literally have been smacked in the face, punched in the face and the throat, in my like current timeline path here of evidence of love, partners, couples, everywhere, everywhere, black and white, like just all shades of the rainbow and just paired up one, and it's like, it's kind of at times really not disgruntling, but like off-putting, because it's like I find the synchronicity is like literally in my face, to the point where it's like everyone paired but me, and I'm just like, oh, what, like in weird places that it's like, why are there so many people on dates here? Like, it's weird. It's a grocery store. Like, not really the grocery store, but I'm just saying, could you imagine? It's giving that vibe, right? And then I say to myself, you know what? Get grateful, because love, all right, in the capacities that perhaps I'm not afforded yet, right? Although I do very much have love in my life, and I do very much love myself, right? No worries there. As far as the romanticism with being paired with a partner of sorts, right? Is very much seemingly chasing me down. I'm like, I don't mind. Shoot, my Addie, right? Like, be my light right here. Follow the star, okay? So no worries there, right? So, but I say all that to say, a former version of your girl, not gonna lie, I might have got sad. I'm like, oh, everybody but me. Oh. And then I self-sabotaged the crap out of the situation to the point where it was everybody but me. Girl, it was everybody but me. And so now I know to be all like, oh my goodness, me too, right? I'm so serious, you guys. I'm not talking to you guys right now to be on some form of soapbox. I'm literally trying to basically share with you what I know works, as well as what I've experienced and what I know and have studied and have proven, on a personal note here, to be the case. All I'm saying is, if you guys have sort of similarities in your existences, right? Whether it's connecting to love and romantic connections or not, right? Who cares? It could be something like, okay, like let's say like you're a businessman and you're like literally manifesting that you're on the Forbes list, right? Forbes, what is it? 400 or Fortune 400. I don't know. I don't know how they say that, but some sort of official published list for accolades in the business world, as it were, etc. Right? And let's say like you're still getting your business off the ground, like it's giving. Oh my gosh, what was that movie? Oh my gosh, what was that movie with Will Smith and Jaden? Oh, Pursuit. Thank you. Pursuit of Happiness, right? So it's like somebody like that. You're walking up the street carrying that big old freaking X-ray machine or whatever the hell it was, right? You're trying to get your business off the ground, hopes and dreams, and you're like, I just really know that I have this desire, if I'm being honest, that I really just want to see my existence attached to the Forbes list, right? As that accolade in business, as that milestone, et cetera, right? I mean, the guy's not going to get there if he has no believability in that. The guy's not going to get there if he's not willing to hit the ground running. The guy's not going to get there if he's not willing to sacrifice. The guy's not going to get there if, in spite of distorted circumstances and skewed perceptions, doesn't have the wherewithal to persist anyhow. Think about it. You don't get success often in its truest forms, in its most highlighted aspects, without means of sacrifice and, maybe even going back to the drawing board, right? So, it is what you make of it. You can't be the one that goes, well, I didn't believe, I didn't do my part, I didn't try again, I didn't try differently, I didn't seek guidance, I didn't make room for my intuitive abilities to pair with what I was doing, and then be mad about it, and then on top of it, blame the divine. Talking about, what would you say there, though? Like, don't even fill in that blank. It's dangerous. Think about it. Also, watch what you're thinking, because the divine knows anyway. So again, are you self-sabotaging? How teachable are you? Are you looking for the signs? Are you paying attention to the signs? Are you taking heed to the messages? Are you looking up the angel numbers? Okay, are you trying differently? It's one thing to try, it's another thing to try again. But man, how many times are you going to stay on that timeline if it's not working? You would have to try something different, not just again. All right. So, you know, do your part. Don't get disgruntled to the point where you give up on this, you guys. So serious. So the bell has rung, I know. I just wanted to eke out the back end of that message, right? Okay, let me see her, Lisa M. Okay, let me see. Well, she mentioned the judge denied her motion to get a new judge. It's not gonna go. I mean, it's so we gotta know, right? Here's the sitch, though. I mean, you get to the point where you're requesting. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal or medical advice, to be clear, right? So don't try it. But if you get a judge to the point where it's like, you know, you've got it on record and in a courtroom where it's like, I don't want you to like handle my case, and it's not some sort of logistic thing, it's a personal thing, that usually doesn't go over well. You don't want to piss off the judge of any kind, usually. Just saying. Or anyone who has a hand in your fate. Now, I do also know that sometimes people get pissed off unnecessarily as well. So I'm not here saying, oh, you know, your mom deserves something. All I'm saying is at that point, honestly, it's not the, you know, long story short, let the sentence hand down and appeal it. Then she'll get a different judge, you know? That's just the long and the short of it. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, you guys. Especially in that realm. Long story short. Much love and light to you and your mom, though, Lisa M. That resonate. I want to know what love is. I think we all resonate with that one. But yeah, that came through the channeling minutes before I was coming on with you guys. So know your worth, add that tax. Do not play games with yourself. And even if you do, don't make them be the dummy games, okay? The dummy games give you this, okay? We don't want, nobody wants that. It's literally the 10 of swords, okay? Ouch. All right. So now that you know better, take the clarity and get on to that happy success, you guys. All right. This is not even the deck we were reading from, but the message stands. So serious. That's how true it is. Okay. You heard it last night. Shut up, Cassandra. Oh my gosh. Balance. Love and like Teresa Horton. Have a question, babe? We're about to wrap it up. So if you have a question, but please, 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 Teresa, please check out the message. All right. There's something in it for everyone this time. Okay. Please. All right, you guys. It's been real. You might want to amp up your spiritual cleansing. So spiritual showers and baths are coming through. You may want to actually use sea salt. I'm tasting salt in the shower. I don't know why I went there. That's weird. I don't normally taste salt in the shower. What the fuck? What are we doing, Spirit? All right, let's see. The only thing that doesn't change is change. Hearing an ambulance in the distance. My goodness. All the light. Okay, let me see. Do we have... Okay, let's... Teresa, do you have a question, babe? You guys... I hope I didn't miss over anyone. Or, I mean, skip over anyone. It definitely was not intentional, you guys. And I don't know that we have our moderator. So, it is what it is, okay? Thank you for hopping on. I really appreciate you guys. And in case you didn't know, I love you. All right? So, there's that. And I hope you guys are smiling right now, because you definitely deserve to work on that. If you weren't, all right, you eke it out, okay? The more you do, easier it is. It's kind of like muscle memory, just saying. Okay? Makes you feel good, too. It's literally a biochemical response attached to the other side of that smile. So that's why I prompt you guys to do it often. Thank you for those that came in, showed up and showed out for yourself as well as others. I love that you guys come on and love light each other. I love that you guys come on and love light me, and I love light each and every one of you, I promise, whether I'm on the live stream or not. So you guys, please check out the other content uploaded to the channel, and please stay tuned for more. All right, thanks for everything. You guys are amazing.